And today, November 27th, we're celebrating our 3rd anniversary, which again, special prizes for the winners of the quiz. We remind you the shirt. You want to augment it, by the way? Yeah, that's the time. That's the shirt. I'm going to leave it on the statement. So here's how it's going to work. Every slide or two, I'm going to ask a question, and whoever has the answer should just shoot it. Whoever shoots it first, and it's the correct answer, gets a little golden coin. And whoever has the most golden coins at the end gets the shirt. Simple. All right? Well, we need the system. Maybe. I don't know. You can collect those. Just to hand it over to you. I'm going to try to draw it. We'll see how it works. All right. So, but in order to really make sure we're all celebrating, let me put my special glasses so we can actually see you. So whenever there's a correct answer, I'm going to light it up. All right. So first, what major AR event happened this month? We got one winner. All right, Ismar. Good point. All right. All right, so Ismar, it's the largest academic event for augmented reality. It took place in Atlanta, and there were a lot of great demos. I want to share with you some of those, some of the videos that were collected. Let's take a look. First, an AR game. Here there's a question. What's the marker for this game? 0. Good job, okay. Are you going to help me with that?
What was the answer?
0. All right. What's the answer? Sphero. And what's Sphero? It's a game called Sharky the Beaver. Let's take a quick look video. Look at the video.
Sphero augmented reality technology is different than other augmented reality technology in that you don't have to use a printed out marker. In the past, a lot of augmented reality has been all about introducing external markers into the scene. In the case of Sphero, this marker is a robot. This AR marker isn't stationary. It isn't on a piece of paper that's stuck on the ground. This AR marker can actually move around and drive around, and you can walk around your entire house and play an augmented reality game.
The reason why Sphero is so special is because we can put this character in your living room and you can move him around and interact with him in the real world, and this has just never been.
So again, for those who didn't get it yet, there's Sphero. It's a ball that you can control with your mobile device. You can make it kind of go around. And what they added now is actual augmented reality game that uses the ball as the marker and overlays it with some graphics. In this case, it's the beaver, Sharky the Beaver. And what's really cool about this is that, you know, some of the challenges in AR is to support occlusion and you know, have a virtual character. How can I make it bump into a wall or into a table? So with this ball, it actually bumps into the table. It makes it much more physical and much more tangible in a sense. So really cool demo, and they just came out with this thing this week. All right, next, AR for brain surgery. Can you imagine? From games to brain surgery, AR can do everything. So, question is, which university specializes in medical or AR for medical purposes? One correct answer. Come on. What? Oriel was first. You get 1 point. It's at Munich University of Technology, I think is the English translation. And this is something pretty amazing. What you see here is the inside of a brain for a surgeon that tries to treat aneurysms. And here's the video kind of running. So it's so small, you cannot start looking at it from different angles to kind of get the 3D perspective. So they added a mirror that shows you these it shows you what's happening kind of behind the behind your field of view. And they also added color coding to give you a sense of the depth as well as on the contours. So it's a pretty amazing thing that actually creating AR will help the surgeon do a better job in the operating room. All right, moving on. What's virtual in this picture? I have a glass here somewhere. Okay. I think we're going to have the same answer at the same guy is answering this question. Yeah, so it's pretty amazing, I think, but in this image, the glass is virtual, but that's not all. Let's see what happens when real objects go behind it. It actually creates a correct reflection and transparency. It really feels like this virtual object is real. And same for this ring. This ring is actually virtual, but it looks pretty amazing with kind of detecting the correct source of light and using that to create all the reflections and the shadows and so on. A little bit of anti-aliasing demo to show off their skills. And then something called caustics. So you see the friction of the light on the table here? That's actually done with the virtual content. So it's not a real thing. It's all virtual. All right, moving on. So here is something called diminished reality. We talked about augmented reality. This is a group led by Jan Herling, which are basically making things disappear, and it's just remarkable. So you can see, this is before and this is after they apply their algorithm. And the question that you're going to have to answer is, what's hiding in the grass? And it's going to be the first thing to see in the video. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's hear. Can you see anything here? Anybody? No? It's a bag! All right, let's keep looking at some of the other stuff that they make them disappear. This little thing. Again, the before and after. You see, it's actually tracking, so they move around and it seems like there's nothing there. You can imagine a lot of games that could use this technique. As well as some politicians who use that. And for those curious about how they do it, because it really looks like magic, I can't presume to be able to explain this, but what they do is they defocus the image so that you almost don't see the object itself, and then they use what's around the object to kind of cover everything else, and then they refocus it so that it looks correct. But anyway, it's really cool demo. And again, I think there's plenty of uses in games and many other things. All right, moving on. Okay, this is an interactive augmented reality theater. I was blown away by this. It's called Half Real, and it's from the University of South Australia. The question here that you're going to have to answer is, who's the murderer in this theater play? But let's first see what it actually does.
We're using a Microsoft Kinect, same as what's used for the Xbox 360 to track the actors as they move around the set. The set's actually modeled in 3D on the projection system. So if we know where the actors are thanks to the Kinect, and we have a 3D model of the set, we can put projections anywhere in the set and they'll be attached to the actors.
And this is basically a question to the audience. So the audience decides at different point in time during the theater show how to take the plot further, right? So they have their interactive devices, and here they're actually supposed to say who's the murderer. And any guesses? Anybody? No? Okay, you didn't have enough information, I guess. Or maybe it would be a lucky guess. It's the blue guy, the big guy. Okay, nobody wins. All right. Who won the Smart Demo Award? You did? Yeah. All right. Coin. So the next question is, who won eSmart's Demo Award? And the steering committee is not allowed to answer. Anybody?
I left at 5 p.m. It was announced at 6, I guess.
Nobody knows. Okay. So this is it. It's a project by Air Lab, and I'm going to give you an easy question just so that you can win something. Who's the painter? Nice, another coin. But let's take a look at this. It's a really cool application for the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, where you can actually use sort of a spray can to see sort of an X-ray view of the image, how it looks, not the image, the actual picture, how it looks when you pass it through an X-ray machine. Also an iPad implementation where you can use your finger to see that, and then of course do the same thing with augmented reality on the actual picture. And what we heard from the guy that did this from AR Lab is that people actually really like this idea of using the iPad in front of the painting, and many were using this, and the owners of the museum were actually starting to get annoyed, because all of a sudden people were not looking at the painting, they're looking at their iPads, and there were kind of crowded areas over there. So, so kind of good and bad. What's that?
The painting in Paris, I believe it was
So maybe that was a fake, but it was in the Van Gogh Museum. Okay. All right. Moving on. So that's it with ISMAR. There's another interesting event, AR event that took place this month. It's called the Augmented Planet event, and I think the largest in